David, how are you?
I'm doing really great. How are you
Thanks.
doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thank you for joining me, taking the time here to talk about something I'm guessing that you're very passionate about as well, the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Idaho. You're a board chairman, right?
I am. Yep. I've been the chair of the board for a couple of years. I'm almost done. It's been a phenomenal time. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah.
So what does that mean? You're the chairman of a board. What does that exactly put you into?
Well, we're a volunteer leadership board, so we don't do any of the sort of kind of administrative sort of things that many times boards do. Our job is to help the community get involved in the fight against the disease. So, for example, we help facilitate a lot of the meetings and seminars and outreach and education that the Alzheimer's Association does. Last several years, I've been going to DC with the association in the spring, and we talk to our representatives and senators and talk to them about getting funding for the National Institute of Health for Alzheimer's research. We talk to them about what's going on right here in Idaho and make sure they understand sort of what's happening in their own communities. We talk to the Idaho State Legislature about a lot of these issues. We basically help run the volunteer portion of the Alzheimer's Association. You know, this is something we could never do without volunteers. There is not enough time in all the world or money in all the world to pay people to do everything that we really have got to get done in our communities, to lead support groups and to help in all the stuff that happens. And so our volunteer leadership board helps make sure that all happens.
Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of folks, and it's unfortunate that some folks will end up having to be in this position, like my family was, where they're in a position and they don't know what to do because their family member has dementia or Alzheimer's, and I really wish that early on when my mom was diagnosed with dementia that we knew more about the Alzheimer's Association, because there's so much information there and so much support to help you when you just don't know what to do.
Yeah, it really is true. I mean, the Alzheimer's Association, one of the things that they have that can really help, if any of your listeners are out there thinking, my word, what do I do next? They have a toll-free number that you can call any time of day, 24 hours a day, and get master's level support, where someone on the phone can say, okay, this is what you're dealing with right now, and what can we do to help you? I've had friends where I'm thinking of specifically one of my friends whose husband in the middle of the night was sort of wandering and up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she had no idea what to do next. And so she was able to call that 1-800 number in the middle of the night and get immediate feedback on, okay, let's give you some support. And she got some help, but then also some information about what to do. One of the neat things that's going on right now with the Alzheimer's Association, and this is kind of a new thing that's really starting to grow, is this. We have this program where we have volunteers who walk families through in an individual, personalized way to help them understand, all the things that might need to happen or what to do next or what to think about. Because when you think about what's happening in a family's life, when someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's, usually they're diagnosed because of a crisis that's happened already, or something's gone horribly wrong and they're going, what do we do? And they end up in their doctor's office and they get this diagnosis. And then there's like, well, gosh, we've got legal issues that we might need to take care of. Do we have the right legal documents in place? There's caregiving, there's making financial arrangements. There's all these, getting the right care in place. There's 1,000 different things that need to happen. And both the Alzheimer's Association and now hopefully in conjunction with the Department of Health and Welfare of the state of Idaho, this care navigation system is starting to come together where families can get individualized support by someone who can walk them through each step of the way and go, yeah, there are 100 resources and that's great, but which of these is most important to look at next? What should we be looking at first, rather than trying to deal with 1,000 things all at once when that diagnosis comes? So it's a pretty amazing, neat time as far as Alzheimer's care and support in the Treasure Valley. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the research is coming along. I mean, they're making some gains on a daily basis, but and the volunteering is awesome. And Dave, one of the things for me that in the last couple of years in particular, I've really kind of tried to drive home is that raising awareness, that's the easy part. Trying to raise money for those research. I mean, research costs money. There's no way around it. And so But when I got an email about the longest day happening and saw this stream opportunity, I just couldn't pass it up because I'm like, how much fun is that? You get to have fun and hopefully raise some money for research, which is what we're doing today.
Well, I got to tell you, Big J, I'm going to be on there on Saturday. You know, this is pre-recorded, but I'm going to be on there on Saturday to make a donation myself to your efforts because I just think it's awesome. I got to tell you, when I mentioned, so I heard about what you were doing, and I told my boys, I have 2 kids, 12 and 10, 2 boys, and I told them, hey, you know, this radio guy is going to drive a simulated truck all day on Saturday to raise money for Alzheimer's. And they had like 1,000 questions. They were like, well, wait a second, like, do you just drive the truck or do you pick up loads and then drop them off? Are you supposed to like figure out how much each load is worth and all of this? Is it the business of driving the truck or can you drive anywhere? Anyway, we ended up looking it up and looking the game up and trying to figure out, hey, what's going on with this game? So we're pretty excited. We're going to log in and watch you for a while and we'll make a donation. You know, your effort, what you're doing is exactly the kind of thing that all of us need to be doing because the fact of the matter is raising money for Alzheimer's research, the number one funder source in the whole world is the federal government, you know, because there are just lots of dollars there. The number 2 funder in the whole world is the government of China, who has a real aging population. And so they also are really concerned about this. The number 3 is the Alzheimer's Association. I mean, the number 3 source in the whole world for Alzheimer's research to find a solution to this problem that's killing us economically in every way. It's the people of the United States. It's the people who do what you're doing. And then all the people who call in and go, geez, that's great. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of the solution. And they donate pennies and dollars and it adds up big time.
Yeah. In regards to the American Truck Simulator, I don't know how I came across, I was watching some streamers stream and I was like, what is this all about? And my dad was a truck driver for 35 years. And I remember as a kid taking a couple of trips with him in the summer in the cab of a truck. And so, you know, before I got into radio, I was like, what am I going to do? I almost ended up going the way of being a truck driver, but it's very cathartic playing the game and just kind of be like going into that zone when I was a kid with the dad. So that's why I picked that one up. And it's just kind of mundane fun, you know?
Yeah, no, that's really cool. My boys and I had a fun time looking it up. There are definitely days. So my day job, when I'm not working for the Alzheimer's Association, which seems like a full-time job at times, my day job, I'm an attorney, and there are definitely days where I go, this stinks. I wish I could just get a truck and get out on the road and open it up and let it go. So I can definitely understand the draw there. I think that's pretty cool.
Now I know we're doing the longest day here today, but coming up in I think October, we're still planning on the walk, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, we are. And you know, I've been saying this to everyone I can talk about. Thank you for bringing up the walk. I've been saying this to everybody that'll listen. You know, this year is an incredible year as far as Alzheimer's goes, because for several reasons. It's like the confluence of rivers, man. All the rivers are coming together at one time, and it's this year. Number one, we're finally seeing results in the research. There's finally progress that's being made towards a solution. Being able to be part of it right now, when the studies are coming out that are saying, hey, there might be paths forward here to actually have the first survivor, the first person that's, you know, cured, or the first person that doesn't die from this disease, is a pretty amazing time in the history of the world to be a part of this effort. I mean, everybody loves to be a part of something when you start to see results. And so this is it. You know, for years and years, the Alzheimer's Association has been working with the federal government to say, where do we need to put money to actually solve this problem? And now we're starting to see the fruits of that. And so it's an incredible time. But when you pair that with everything that's happening in this bizarre year of 2020, you know, with COVID and everything else that's going on, I mean, seniors really are the major issue that's happening with COVID. They're the major issue that's happening with these changes in Alzheimer's. And those are all factors that come together and make this just a really key, crucial time. And when you look at that and you go, well, we've lost a lot of fundraising this year already because with social distancing and everything else, it's been really hard to do what we normally do to try to get out in the community and get those funds raised. This walk in the fall, the longest day stuff that you're doing, the walk that we have in the fall, there has never been a year when it's more important. For me, I'll tell you the change I made was like I have a team, and we walk and we raise money, and I post on Facebook and say, hey, come support my team, you know, friends and family. I get out there and tell them, this is important. You need to come, you know, be a part of this solution, donate some money. I usually start that late, you know. I maybe I shouldn't say that, but I've oftentimes started for a walk in October. I've started in like late August. This year, it's already up and going, and I'm already going out to my friends and family saying there's never been a more important year for the walk. And so I'm telling everybody that'll listen, if you were ever going to get involved with something that you should feel passionately about, this is the year. Put together a team, come out and walk. It's easy to sign up on the website, and then just send out a social media message to all your friends and family and say, hey, come support my team, you know, because you can be a part of something that's really quite wonderful. And we're going to do that walk, whether it's virtual walking or whether it's real walking or whether we can gather or can't gather, whatever. I don't know what's going to happen with everything that's going on this year, but no matter what happens, we're going to have a walk, and it is going to be incredible.
Well, and I'll be there one way or another, and we'll be talking about that on the morning after when it gets around to that time as well, David. But I'm already making plans for next year's longest day, and instead of waiting until the very day to do some stuff, do some things leading up to it. So I'm already thinking about next year.
Nice. That is awesome. I got to tell you, you know, the support that you've given to the association, we just could not be more grateful. You know, you're there when it matters. We love everything that you've done. We're grateful, and we tell everybody that listens, you got to listen to a show and come out, because, you know, some people walk the walk more than talk the talk, and that's you, my friend. So we're really appreciative.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you spending some time here, and we'll see you in October at the walk then.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to watching you drive that truck.
All right. Thanks a lot, David. I appreciate that.
Take care. Bye.
Later.